Hi, my name's Kat. Thank you for joining me today for this prenatal safe Pilates sequence. Don't need any equipment, just your mat. And make sure you listen to your body and modify as needed depending on where you're at in your pregnancy. And the main thing is to have fun. Let's get started. So starting with your feet hip distance apart, you're going to bend into the knees, sink your hips back into a squat and coming up. So do a little squeeze into the glutes at the top, a little opening of the chest, so rolling the shoulders back at the top, and try to really connect all four corners of your feet into the earth, and almost like you're doing a pull apart motion with your feet, not to the point that your knees go outwards, but just until you feel the sides of the legs and the glutes switching on. So depending on how far you are through your pregnancy, you might want your feet to be a little wider. You may want to turn your toes out a little bit as well. So whatever feels comfortable to give your hips and your groin area some more space. Let's do another 8. Or 2. And 1. Let's come down and pulse. Or 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold on. 1. Heel lift, bring it down. Heel lift, bring it down. Try and stay low if you can. Getting that tension to the legs, endurance into the legs. You'll need endurance for labor. So let's get those muscles and the nervous system prepared for it. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 4 more. And 3. And 2. And 1. Hold and pulse again. So one heel is lifted. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and swap. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your heel back to our squats. So hinging from the hips. Spine nice and straight. Eight more. 2, and 1. Stay down. Last set of pulsing. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold on. 1. Fast, 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 fast. Up, down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now as you come up, lift your heels, drop your heels. Lift your heels, drop your heels. Now if your balance doesn't feel amazing with this one, just keep the heels down. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay here. Lift, lower, lift, lower. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now turn your toes out, come wider if you haven't already. All right, let's squat, but more plie. So the difference between a squat and a plie, a sumo squat, we hinge, a plie, we're nice and high. So we zip and come back down. So squeeze glutes and pelvic floor and inner thighs, nice and tall in the spine. Eight more. Last one. Come down and pulse. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold on 1. Heel up, heel down. Stay low. Heel up, heel down. Good. Getting that endurance in the legs. Two more. Both sides. Holding with this heel up and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and swap. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down, come up, back into our plies. Squeeze in, good. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come down and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold on 1. 5, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, release. Come in just a tiny bit. And bend into the hips, into the knees, and come all the way down as far as you can. So if you need to lift your heels, you can. So we're trying to open up the hips and open up that pelvis area. So just take a stretch here. You can do a little rock from side to side. Deep breath. And then bringing your hands down. Come down onto your shins. All right, now, if it's more comfortable sitting in a cross-legged position, take that option. I'm going to work our upper back. Obviously, we can't lay on the tummy anymore, so we can still do the same activation that we would do lying down in a seated position. So imagine there's a wall behind you. You're going to push your arms back into that wall, really squeeze the shoulder blades together. And not just the squeeze, you also want to think about the pointy part of your shoulder blade at the back there, tucking in towards your spine, okay? So we're really pushing the hands back as much as the elbows. So keep that openness in the chest and activation in the upper back. Slide your hands up that wall and then slide them back down. So it's actually quite good to do this against a physical wall if you have one spare to get an idea of how that feels to stay in that alignment. So as we have more enlarged boobs and we breastfeed and we hunch around in those awkward positions that we get into when we hold our bubba and we're carrying a big belly, then the shoulders start getting very rounded, the chest muscles start getting very shortened. So activating upper back muscles, so strengthening them, and opening chest muscles is what you'll benefit from during this time. So as your elbows come down, we're really pulling the shoulder blades in towards the spine. Good. Even without weight, it's probably starting to feel some warmth in the shoulders by now. Okay, now as we come down, we round the spine, scoop the belly slightly, come back up, open, reach. Let's do that again. So a little activation of the core, rounding into the shoulders. Reactivate, come back up. Good. Round with intention and up. Let's do another 4. Just be careful not to stick the rib cage out too much, which I think I just did on that one. Good. Last one. Beautiful work. Bring the arms down. Whew. Shake it out. Bring your arm across, turn your head away. Other side. And interlace behind, open up the chest. And interlace in front and round the spine. Good. Let's come into a 4-point kneeling position, so tabletop position. Your knees are under each hip and your hands are under your shoulders, and spread your fingers wide. Let's just roll out those ankles for a moment. And back the other way. Great. All right, then with the shoulders, we're going to do a circular motion with the shoulders. So try and keep your arms straight. We shrug them up. Then pull them up towards your ears. Push it away. And then pull them down. Okay, so let them collapse in. Up. Push away. Bring it in. So it's not the arms that are moving. It's the arm bone and the shoulder capsule. Your arms stay still. We're just moving the shoulder structure. Great, now let's go back the other way. So strengthening up end range of motion. It may feel really weird if you haven't isolated these movements before, but it is so good for the joint health. Let's do one more. Good, then slightly, not round, should I say neutral? So we're not collapsed down and we're not rounded up. Let's find that neutral position. And now we'll do pelvic tilts. So pelvic tilts is a really, really beautiful way to rehabilitate after having a baby, and in general as well, because usually our pelvic posture is not in neutral very often. So to work it in both directions from a strength and mobility perspective is really good for that lower back. So, and for your core, your deep core, your transverse abdominis especially. So drop your belly down. It may not feel too great to only go to where your capacity is. Then when you exhale, pull your pelvic floor in slightly. Wrap your belly in like you think of a corset. It's wrapping and firming in and pulling up. And then we round into the lower back only, not the top back, and tuck your tailbone under. Okay, and then back the other way. Don't just let go of activation and dump into it. You want to control both directions. So we exhale, pull in. You really feel that core tightening. And then dropping it down, spread your sit bones. So exhale, pull in. Inhale, release. Again. This is great for pregnancy and for after. It's incredible what we put our bodies through and what they endure and what they can create. These beautiful little humans. Just check in with your shoulders that you haven't lost your neutral. And if your wrists are starting to get a bit sore, try and put a little bit more weight into your fingertips, almost like you're trying to claw your feet into the dirt. So your middle of the fingers are slightly lifting up. 2 more. Beautiful. Let's come down onto your elbows. Keep firmness in the belly. I'm going to lift the right leg out. Lift and tap. Lift and tap. So we're not seesawing through the lower back, okay? So no arching like that. It's only the leg moving, so keep your lower back still. You want to feel activation in your glute. Then bring your knee in and kick it up high. Still being mindful of what you're doing with your lower back. You want to move with intention, so your moving leg isn't floppy, it's super active. Still making sure you're not collapsing into the shoulders. We've got that firmness into the belly. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up, flex the foot, bend and kick. Bend and kick. So imagine you've got an orange behind your knee. You're squashing the orange. You're super flexed through that foot, so we're really activating the hamstring up the back of the leg. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten it out, bring it down, come up onto your hands, and really sit down, shake it up. Whew. Take any stretch your body may need. And we'll do that on the other side. Coming back into your 4-point kneeling position, except for we're on the elbows, we're on a bit of an angle. Firm into your lower belly, shoulders are strong. And when you lift the other leg, make sure your other bum, we've got so many of them, your side bum doesn't stick out to the side. Okay, you want to keep everything in alignment. So we lift and lower, lift and lower, mindful of any movement in your lower back, leg active. Trying to keep this leg straight if you can. Oh, lost my alignment a little bit there. And then knee comes in, kick it up, in and up. Even though the glutes is the target area, you'll feel your core and your shoulders are still working quite harder as well to stabilize. Two more. Hold it up, flex the foot, squash that orange. Two more. Beautiful work. Bring the legs down, open them wide, sink your hips back, come into a nice child's pose and take a few breaths here. And walk the hands in, Bring the hands behind, turn the fingers in towards you, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Option to stay here, or if your hips allow you, lift them a little bit, opening up those hip flexors and thighs. And release. All right, let's come down onto your side. So elbow underneath the shoulder, we'll stack the knees and engage, wrap around your core and lift. And have the arm up or on your hip and pulse up and down. So try not to rotate through the hips. You want it to be a lateral movement. That bottom oblique here, wrapping up, is doing most of the work. And your glute, your bottom glute as well. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the leg out. We crunch in and reach, in and reach. Hold it out. Twist under and up, under and up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down, all the way down. You can have your arm folded underneath you or straight. Just try not to have it on a bit of an angle. You want the spine to be nice and straight the whole way from the neck down to the tailbone. Now, when your belly is resting down into the floor, it means this hip hikes in towards you a little bit. So you want to try and push it away and lift the belly a little bit. Now, if that is really uncomfortable to hold, you can put a blanket or something under there to lift it up a little. All right, so heels in line with your bum. Open and close. Open and close. Then we repeat with the feet up, open and close. Add a kick. Open, kick, in and down. Open, kick, in and down. 8 more. Awesome. Now stay. We tap knee to toe. Knee to toe. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Give yourself a little pat. And just straighten into the bottom leg. Bring that top foot forward. If you can reach it, grab it. If that's not available for you, just put it wherever it feels comfortable. Okay, so your bottom foot is flexed. And we're just doing a little pulse up and down. Doesn't have to be a huge movement. 4, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your other leg to be on top of it. Relax the top leg on it. We use that bottom thigh again to lift and lower. Use this hand here to stabilize. Doesn't have to lift super high. If your hip's really uncomfortable on the ground, pop a blanket under there. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Come up slowly, gently. Let the legs fall side to side. Well, let's go over to the other side. The elbow underneath your shoulder, knees stacked, lifting the hips up. Let's pulse the hips, lateral, lift and lower. Engaging your corset, wrapping around the belly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift the leg. In and reach. In and reach. And last one, reach it out long. Let's twist and lift. Twist and lift. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Out we go, all the way down. Getting our ribs lifted slightly into our neutral alignment. Knees bent, feet in line roughly with your sit bone. And we got our clams working into our glutes. So try not to lean the hips forward and back, keep them stacked. Hold the feet up, keep going. Then we add a kick. So we open, kick, in and down. So the leg doesn't have to go high. It doesn't even have to go completely straight if that doesn't feel okay. You can just stay with the clams. If you prefer, you can drop the feet if you need to. We've got 5 more to go. Keep that firmness in the belly. Hips stacked. Almost there. 2 and 1. Toes connect, then knee to toe, knee to toe. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Straighten that bottom leg. Bring your top foot down if you can reach it wherever you need it to be. And then we just lift and lower that bottom leg. Flex the foot. And strengthening the inner thighs. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the legs out. Use your hand to help balance. Relax the top leg into the bottom leg so that inner thigh on the bottom leg is doing all the work. Good. 4, 3, 2, And 1. Whew. Slowly coming back up. Whew. We'll stretch into each glute, so bring one foot up onto your thigh. Shoulders back. Obviously your leg won't be able to come in too far if you're in your last trimester. And then we'll go over to the other side. Deep breaths, calming the nervous system. Good, and release. We'll come back into that 4-point kneeling position. So knees under hips, fingers spread wide, hands under shoulders, wrapping that corset in. You're going to lift your left leg and your right arm. Now, if you just want to do the leg by itself, that's totally fine. Okay, we're going to lower and lift, lower and lift. Hold it up and see if you can open your leg out to the side. Doesn't have to be super far. We're trying to keep the shoulders and the hips all aligned. Keep pulling that lower belly activated in. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Last 2. Awesome work. Bring it down. Just do a little shake it out, rounding cat-cow if that feels good. And realign yourself to the other side. Lift with mindfulness. Find your balance, your foundation. Then we lower and lift. So remember, we're not seesawing through the lower back. Just that booty and shoulder lifting up and down. Really aiming for length. And out to the side and in. Out to the side and in. Last one. Awesome work. Now keep your hips nice and high. Walk your hands out, bring your forehead down. Lengthening the spine. And raise up. Stretch one leg back and push your heel back for a nice stretch into the calf. If you want more intensity, you can lift the knee. And release, other side. And then we'll try and bring your leg around in front. Well, whatever you need to do to get it there. I'll just drop into that thigh. And shifting your hips back, flex into your toes. Make sure your belly's coming down into the inside of that leg. Right, and then we'll gently bring that leg in and scoop your other one out. Drop into your hips. And you're ready, coming up onto the thigh. So slightly tucking the tailbone under, just stretch into that hip flexor. And shift back And bring the hands out of the way, so you can bring your leg in. Interlace your hands behind again, open up the chest. Interlace in front and round. And then you can bring the legs around in front, or you can just stay in your kneeling position. Do a little twist. So an open twist, so there's lots of room for the belly. Bring your hand in front of the knee. Other side. And over side stretch. Up and over. And we're done. Take a moment to take a few deep breaths to help calm the nervous system. You can have your hands on your belly. Connect with Baba. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.